GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com. All right, welcome everybody. Whoever shows up for this live extravaganza, we're going to be taking a, what's going on? We're going to be taking a citizenship. There we go. We're going to be taking a citizenship test that Patriot in the Dark found and posted on his YouTube. So if you want to join us, there's been some concern that this little dog is a Chinese spy because he's a Chinese dog, and he just came walking up one day. So we're going to give him a citizenship test and see how well he performs on the citizenship test. Oh, wait, I'm talking into my camera again. I keep forgetting the microphone's separate. So here we go. We're going to be taking a citizenship test, and we'll see if this dog is, in fact, a US citizen or not. I think I have a link out there, but here's another, oops, that's the wrong one. Here's the link to this if you want to follow along or test your own suspected Chinese infiltrator with a citizenship test. So here's a link to it. Question 1 is, what's going on? There it is. Question 1: How can people or animals become a U.S. citizen? Naturalize. All right, I got to go back to it, I guess. Naturalize, derive citizenship, be born in the United States, or any of the above? Well, I think it's any of the above. Is it important for all the men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service? Name one reason why. Oh, it is important. Oh, isn't that weird? So that's the way they worded it. It is important. Name one reason why. It's required by law, civic duty. It makes the draft fair if needed, all of the above. Well, it is required by law, and it's technically a duty. I don't think it makes the draft fair since it's only dudes, but whatever, I guess we're supposed to ignore that. So we'll click all of the above. The next one is name 2 promises that new citizens make in the Oath of Allegiance. Well, I don't know, so let's see if this dog knows. Give up loyalty to other countries and defend the U.S. Constitution, be free to express yourself and not cause trouble, serve in the military and bear arms. What? Nobody needs arms. I didn't know there'd be guns in this test. To petition the government if it does anything wrong and be employed in the United States. Well, that's completely easy to figure out because it's ridiculously extremes. Ridiculous extremes. So let's say give up loyalty to other countries. Well, look, as soon as I said that, look who's looking all around. Give up your loyalty to other countries. Oh, look who's looking up at his. You're going to give up loyalties to other countries? All right, I guess he is now. Now he's decided to give up those loyalties. He was yawning before, so I thought maybe he didn't want to. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Krabby Turtle saying if he scores too well, you know something's up. Well, that's an interesting point. Maybe you care too much about this test. He's been trained by his government to answer it correctly. So what are the 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of expression. I guess, I don't know. Freedom of religion, freedom of expression, and freedom to make treaties with other countries. Don't really get that one. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom to run for president. It's not everybody. And then freedom to petition the government, freedom of expression, and freedom to disobey traffic laws. Are they serious? What is this? I guess it's going to be number 1, but these seem like stupid, really stupid examples. What are the 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote? All right, so we now have to know all the amendments. They seriously make new applicants for citizenship learn all the amendments? That's the perks of being born here. You don't have to learn all the dumb amendments. It's a lot of them. All right, so citizens 21 and older can vote. You don't have to pay a poll tax, and any citizen can vote. Male citizen of any race can vote. What? Citizen 16 and older can vote? No. You don't have to pay it. Citizens 18 and older can vote, or citizens 18 and okay, so there's two of them that are 18 and older. You don't have to pay a poll tax. Any citizen and immigrant can vote. So I guess it's this last one. Citizens 18 and older can vote. You don't have to pay a poll tax, and any citizen can vote. So again, pretty ridiculous answers. It would be hard to get that one wrong. I mean, if you could read English, you figure that one out. What are two examples of civic participation in the United States? Join a political party and join a civic group. Get a driver's license and attend school. Volunteer and pay taxes. Get a job and protest. Oh my goodness. What are two examples of civic participation? I guess get a driver's license and attend school are the ones that seem the least like, I don't know, volunteer and pay taxes could be a thing too, I guess. Let's see. What would somebody vote on that one? What are two examples of civic participation? Am I missing that one? What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The Congress? No. The President? No. The state where you live? No. How about the United States? What is important to pay? Why is it important to pay federal taxes? I don't like to say taxes. It sounds more appropriate. Yeah, I was looking for an all the above exactly. You think volunteer and taxes? I could easily see it being that one. I just don't think there's a requirement to volunteer, but there's no requirement to drive either, I guess. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? It's required by law and to fund the government, to support our military. Federal tax is optional to support the President of the United States. Holy moly. What kind of weird answer is that? So I guess it's required by law and to fund the government. That's a weird answer. Next one is who can, I don't know how many of these there are, but I think there's a lot. Who can vote in federal elections, run for federal office, and serve on a jury? Citizens, permanent residences, anyone during the time of the election, or just anyone? How about just citizens? This dude is getting all antsy and he won't sit up here anymore. So you might not be able to hear this, but he's freaking out. And maybe it's because he's being forced to take a citizenship test. He wasn't prepared. His comrades didn't prepare him for such a quiz. When must all men register for a selective service? We already went over this. All males between 18 and 21, 16 and 25. So 18 and 21 within 30 days of arriving and 30 days of their 18th birthday. I think that's what it is. I was already in the Army and I had to register for the selective service. Like, are they going to draft me from my unit into some other unit? Like, I literally got in trouble for not registering. Those are the days before computers, I guess. So what is one way Americans can serve their country? Volunteer, protest, vote, or get a job. Well, one thing. Oh, look, as soon as I said get a job, look what this dude did. Hold on, where's my mouse? You gonna get a job? You want a job? You gonna get a job? Prove you're American? Now he's willing to get a job, I guess, before he got all offended. So volunteer, protest, vote. Probably vote, huh? See, hey, you gonna vote? You gonna get a job? All right, he's not playing along. He's a very bad co-host. What is the responsibility that is only for U.S. citizens? Be respectful of others, pay taxes, serve on a jury, obey the law. I guess it was serve on a jury. Which of the following is a right only for U.S. citizens? Okay, so that one was a responsibility. This one's a right. vote in federal election and serve on a jury and access to free health care, run for federal office and serve on a jury, vote in federal elections, and run for office. I'm going to say the last one because the other ones are all communist. Name one leader of the women's right movements in the 1800s. So I'm assuming it's Susan B. Anthony because I don't know who these other people are. And Susan B. Anthony was on a nickel or something. So the Civil War had many important events. Name one. What the hell? I have no idea. War of 1812 is not an event of the Civil War. The Emancipation Proclamation, and then the 14th Amendment. So the assassination wasn't part of the Civil War. The 14th Amendment, I don't remember which one was first. I'm going to guess the Emancipation Proclamation, but I could be wrong. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. Well, it ain't the Korean War, and it ain't World War I or II, so it has to be the Mexican-American War. I think that was 1816, but I don't remember. Name the U.S. war between the North and South. So I guess these are part of a citizenship test. Like you have to know the wars. That's weird. Why don't we have to learn about inventions or something? Why do they have to learn about wars? What amendment gives citizenship to all persons born in the United States? I guess in the 14th Amendment. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed slaves in the southern states? I thought it was just freed slaves, period. What U.S. war ended slavery? I'm assuming they want us to say Civil War there. What territory did the U.S. buy from France in 1803? So we only have one territory. It ain't Alabama, Colorado, or Mississippi, so that was easy. You may not be able to hear it, but little dude is getting all worked up, and maybe it's because we're putting him on the spot to answer all these questions about this country. He wasn't expecting that. He was expecting to get up, have some rice, some raw fish, some noodles. Have a radio conversation with his homeland, but instead, he's up here having a citizenship test. Are you going to sit down? Oh, man. I just snotted out. Got snotted out. You look at it and have the video on. Move over. It's being a real pain over here. It's being antsy. Let's give you a spaz cam. So you may not be able to hear it, but he's breathing right on the camera. I think he's getting nervous. It's kind of like a lie detector test. When did all men get the right to vote? 15th Amendment? I may say after the Civil War. What's the 15th Amendment? Is this open book? Am I allowed to do this? Oh, no, that's the voting rights one. 15th Amendment prohibits the federal government and each state from denying a citizen's right to vote. So let's make it the 15th Amendment. So I had to do one open book. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? Purchased Alaska, declared war on Great Britain, established the United Nations, saved or preserved the Union. I think a lot of people would not agree with some of these answers. I know people that hate Lincoln and stuff because the whole states' rights thing. What is Independence Day? Movie. So a holiday to celebrate U.S. independence, a day when the South seceded from the Union, the country's birthday, both A and C. I guess it's A and C. What is Veterans Day? A holiday to honor soldiers who died, a holiday to honor the victims of 9/11, a holiday that recognizes everyone who served in the armed forces, or a holiday to honor people who died fighting for civil rights? That's interesting. When do we celebrate Independence Day? I guess somebody could get these wrong. What is Memorial Day? Honor soldiers who died. Honor 9/11, holiday that recognizes everyone in the armed forces died for civil rights. Name two national U.S. holidays: April Fools and Labor Day, Valentine's and President's, Labor Day and Thanksgiving, or Citizenship Day and Columbus Day. I think it's Labor Day and Thanksgiving. So is this easy or is this hard? Is people getting this no problem, or is this super difficult and you wouldn't be a citizen? Like this little Chinese dog if you had to take this test. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11, 2001 attacks. Holy moly. So I guess this is more like current events. I can't imagine this is really a thing, but war in Afghanistan, really? Persian Gulf, World War II, and Vietnam. So that's a weird question and answer. Dwight Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name one. General during World War II, launched astronauts into space, developed nuclear bombs that were dropped into Japan during World War II, pulled the United Nations from the Great Depression. Interesting. So I'm just going to go with general during World War II. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Oh, that's super weird. Indians, Seneca, Mayan, or Aztec. So that's weird. So it's Seneca. Name one example of American innovation. Okay. Skyscrapers, light bulb, assembly line, or all of the above. I guess we're taking them all. That's a weird one. Again, I think people would dispute that, but okay. What did the civil rights movement do? Give women the right to vote, freed the slaves, gave minorities the right to vote, fought to end racial discrimination. Interesting. So are all of these civil rights? I don't know, but I'm assuming they mean a modern civil rights movement. I don't know if they called it that during the end of slavery. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. So the War of 1812. You got to be a special kind of Chinese person to click on that one. You looked at me funny when I said that. Revolutionary War, Civil War, or World War One. So I guess that one, somebody could probably get that wrong. What happened on September 11? Really? They literally told us that like 8 questions ago. But okay. What happened? Terrorists attacked, the stock market crashed, same-sex marriage was legalized, or none of the above. Interesting set of questions here. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? Ran for president, fought for women's suffrages, became a U.S. senator, fought for civil rights. What was the Great Depression? Look how happy he gets thinking about a United States depression. Just saying. Krabby Turtle saying that he doesn't think it's hard or easy. People taking it probably use Google. I wonder if it's timed. Well, this is a practice one, but if this is an example of the real citizenship test, I wonder if they're allowed to do it open book. I don't know how hard this would be. I mean, I went through a whole lifetime of school to learn all this junk, so this doesn't seem hard, but I also live here. I don't know how hard this would be to learn. Or does the rest of the country or the rest of the world just sit around liking our system so much that they all know this stuff anyway? So the Great Depression was a nickname for the Grand Canyon. That's a good point. Largest economic recession in modern history. Long period of time where the United States had low literacy rates, or a low morale during World War II. That's weird. So the next one is, what movement tried to end racial discrimination? Conservation, women's suffrages, civil rights movement, prohibition. Interesting. So, what is the name of the national anthem? I'll bet you a bunch of people don't think about this one. America the Beautiful, My Country 'Tis of Thee, the Star Spangled Banner, or God Bless the USA. What is the main concern for the United States during the Cold War, or what was the main concern during the Cold War? Climate change, the Great Depression, communism. See what he did? Communism and slavery. So it seems like a very communist reaction to me. Just saying. I'm just saying. He's bullying me. I'm being bullied right now. Why don't you move over? Why don't you quit bullying me? Just because I showed the whole world your reaction to communism. Get off of me. Come on. Go sit back down over there. Go sit back down over there. When did the great... Come on. Sit down. You can't just bully your way through this. You have to answer the questions. When did the Great Depression start? I almost feel like he's too much of a spaz to sit up there anymore. I'm putting him down. He's getting put down. Yep, you're getting put down. When did the Great Depression start? 20, 29, 39, or 49? I don't even know. So I'm going to say 20 because I don't know. When did the United States enter World War II? Then they just say Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor to get out of the Great Depression, to give the military something to do, fight the threat of communism. Interesting. I guess if somebody wasn't paying attention, they only looked at current events and stuff, they might get some of these wrong, or if they just were like, never paid attention to history. Who was the president during World War II and the Great Depression? Roosevelt, I guess. I don't know. Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt, and Truman. So, I think it's Roosevelt. When did all women get the right to vote? 10, 20, 30, or 40? Geez, I don't know that one off the top of my head. I'm going to say 20, 30, 20, 20, 30, 20. No, 30? I think 30. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? Well, that's an interesting one. We'll say Soviet Union, though. China, Great Britain, Vietnam, or Soviet Union. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? Oh, that's a non-political question. It was rich in resources. What does that mean? The United States was rich in resources and we had nothing else to do? Or Vietnam was rich in resources? Fight the Japanese, stop the spread of communism, or stop the spread of fascism? Oh, that's interesting. So we'll go with communism on that one. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? Communism. To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait to stop the spread of Iran's influence for its resources. I guess we'll say for the Kuwait invasion. Let's see. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? Rich in resources, fight the Japanese, stop the spread of communism, or fascism? Interesting. When did the United States enter... Oh, Krabby Turtle saying 40. Was it that late? I think the ladies got the right to vote, and then they voted prohibition in, and then prohibition created the NFA. So it's either I think it's 20 or 30. I just don't know if it was 20. I think it was. I don't know. But yeah, I'm blaming the NFA on ladies. When did the United States enter World War One? Or no, why did they enter World War One? Okay, so because Germans attacked civilian ships to support the Allied powers, to oppose the Central Powers, 1 and 2, in retaliation of Pearl Harbor. So it's pretty much 1 and 2 because we wanted to start the war anyway because they were over there being jerks, and they started whaling on our boats, which we were using to help the people who were whaling on them. So they probably seen it as a necessary thing, but we seen it as the last straw, and then we started whaling on them. What is the supreme law of the land? The UN Charter, of course, or maybe it's the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, or the Declaration of Human Rights. What is the form of government in the United States? A republic, constitution-based federal republic and representative democracy, socialism, republic, constitution-based federal republic and monarchy, republic and oligarchy and representative democracy. Well, it's this first one, I guess, but that one, if you don't know what all those words are, that one could be weird, I guess. What is the economic system of the United States? Let's go with capitalisms for 1,000, please, Alex. Feudalism, socialism, communism. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? It says America is free from Britain. It identifies inherent rights. It established another country up north. I guess we'll say both A and B. Name 2 important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Limited government and socialism, monarchy and socialism, religion and national rights, or equality and liberty. Interesting. I wonder if what are they trying to do there? How are changes made to the U.S. Constitution? Amendments, law changes, proposals, or bills? So that's maybe a good one. How many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? Oh, shit, I don't know. Is there 27 or 21? I think it's 27, 21. I don't know. I think What's-His-Face wanted to be the 28th, so I'm going to say 27. So thank you, Gruesome Newsome, for giving me that answer by being a jerk and trying to be a tyrant. How many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? So I'm going to say it's still 27, even though there has been some time between that question and this question. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? Popular sovereignty, self-government, or human rights? I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean. I guess I'm going to say both A and B. That's a weird one. I don't know if I'm getting that one right. Many documents influence the Constitution. Name 2. You kidding? Who the hell knows what influence the Constitution? The Declaration of Independence and the UN Charter, probably not. Articles of Federation and something about New York, probably not. The Articles of Confederation and the Federalist Papers, and then the Anti-Federalist Papers and the Virginia Law of Peace. I guess I'll go with Articles of Confederation and the Federalist Papers. Name one thing the U.S. Constitution does. It forms the government, protects the people, defines the power of government. I guess I'll say all of the above. So how many people would have me passing this one at this point? I think I'm only halfway freaking through. The rule of law is everyone must follow the law. Leaders obey some laws, but not all. Government has to obey the law. No one is above the law. That's weird. Everyone must follow the law. Leaders must obey the law. Government is exempt from some laws. No one is above the law. That's weird. Everyone must follow law. Leaders must follow law. Government must obey the law. The president is above the law. Everyone must follow the law. Leaders must obey the law. Government must obey the law. No one is above the law. Okay, well, I guess even though we all agree that some presidents are above the law, let's go ahead and click on that one. The words life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? I think that's the Declaration. Then we've got, what does the Bill of Rights protect? The rights of the business, of course. Rights, human rights worldwide. Yes, of course. Rights of Americans and rights of the British. Well, I guess I'll go with us. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? I'll go with the Declaration of Independence. There are 3 branches of government. Why? Well, that's an easy one. Oh, look, let's go with checks and balances and separation of power. And then a reduced bureaucracy. Interesting. It's ironic. The colonies fought the British because. Oh, why didn't I do this a long time ago? I'm going to go ahead and just do this. The colonists fought the British because of high taxes, no freedom of speech, and they don't have self government. Poor infrastructure, the British Army stayed in their houses and they didn't have self government. High taxes, the British Army stayed in their houses and they didn't have health care. High taxes, the British Army stayed in their houses and they didn't have their own self government. So I guess I'll go with that one. Or is it this one? It's a good one. That's actually a tough one. So they didn't have high taxes and high taxes. So it's essentially, is it the Fourth Amendment or the First Amendment? I guess I got to start wrapping it up. Let's see how many more there is. Shit, there's a ton more. Come on, man. Why have to do some? Why is this test so long just to become an American? Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one of them. I don't know. President during World War of 1812, first secretary. I don't know who the hell Hamilton is, so I'm going to say fourth, but I don't know. That's a guess. American Revolution had many important events. Name two. Bunker Hill and Gettysburg. Independence, Washington crossing the Delaware, Battle of Yorktown, and the burning of the White House, Declaration of Independence, and freeing of the slaves. So, Revolution had many important. I think this would be two. So we're going to guess on that one a little bit because I don't feel like thinking too hard about it. I got to get going. Washington is famous for many things. First president, writers of the Federalist. I guess we'll just say first president. James Madison was the husband of Dolly Madison. Doubled the size of the United States, writer of the third president, father of the Constitution. I'm going to go with third president because I don't know. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the Constitution. Name one of the writers. I don't know. Probably this guy, I guess. I don't know. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one of them. I think he wrote it. Federalist Papers supported the passage of the US Constitution. Name one of the writers. Didn't they just ask us this? I'm going to say, I don't know, this guy now. There were 13 original states. There were 13 original states. Name five. What a bunch of jerks. So how many were there? Oh, here's the answer in the next question. Name five of them. Well, North Carolina, I don't think was. California was definitely not. New York, Kentucky was not. So it's either this one or this one. Both of these have North Carolina in them. New York and Florida. So I think it's this one. Which of the things Benjamin Franklin is known for? Youngest member of the constitutional U.S. diplomat. I think this one. One thing. Come on, man. There's like so many things that Ben Franklin is known for. All right, I need to do a thing real quick. So I can monitor something that's, oh shit, I forgot. I gotta go to this and then go to this. So I thought I had another hour before this thing started, but it's starting now, so I'll have to jet out of here in a minute. What founding document was written in 1787? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say the Constitution because I don't even know what those other things are. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Every single one of these. So, every single one of these. This is all of the above. So, what a ripoff. I have to choose one. That's messed up. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? This one. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? This guy. who lived in America before the Europeans arrived. Oh, really? So then, what did colonists? Why did colonialists come to America? Freedom, economic opportunity, freedom, economic healthcare, freedom, education, freedom, economic opportunity, and to escape prosecution. Interesting. They don't even have religious freedom on here. So persecution from their religion, opportunity to make a living in spite of their religion, and freedom to have their religion, but they don't even put that in here. Interesting. What was the Declaration of Independence? When was it adopted? Let's go with 1776. When was the Constitution written? 1776. I don't know. When were the Federalist? Why were the Federalist Papers important? Yeah, it definitely got more difficult, right? Like it's getting crazy now. Or at least it's getting to where I don't just know the answers off the top of my head. Why were the Federalist Papers important? It was the detailed version. It rallied support. I think that they helped people understand and supported the passing. I think it rallied people. Who was the first president? Okay, yeah. I just have to make sure I'm in this room that I need to be in. Hold on. All right. All right. So, who was the first president? That's pretty easy. What is the capital of the United States? Pretty easy. Would have been like, what was the first capital? That would have been more of a difficult one. The nation's first motto was E Pluribus Unum. What does that mean? From many, one. So I guess out of many, one. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because of the original colonies. Because it was considered lucky. Because the stripes represent the signatures. That's interesting. There'd be a ton more, though. Because the stripes represent the Congress. That's weird. Why does it have 50 stars? Because there's a star for each president. Interesting. Because there's a star for each state. Where is the Statue of Liberty? In a harbor in the state of New York. How do Supreme Court justices serve? How long? Until they're dead. For life. Oh wait, 1 and 3, I guess. How many senators does each state have? Pretty simple. How many justices on the Supreme Court? It's flexible though. How many years is a representative elected for? I think it's 4. What is the Supreme Court justices? How many need to decide a case? Holy shit, I don't know. 6? I have no idea. Name one power of the president. Commander signs new bills into law. Vetoes bills. I guess this one. Name one part of the executive branch. President, cabinet. Just the president, I guess. Wait. Oh, no, wait. Any of the below. That's weird. Who's ever heard of any of the below before? All right, I guess I can't finish it. Let me see if I can get a score or something. Submit a comment. No. Finish test. I can't finish it without finishing it. All right, well, so I guess I'll have to end this and maybe pick it up and finish it later. Give me some comments when it ends here, if I should keep finishing it or not, or if it's just a waste of time. So thanks for Patriot for posting this. It was pretty interesting. I guess I probably should have looked. These questions aren't numbered, so I had no idea how many questions it would be. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Hope you have a good Sunday. And I'm going to end it with a quick commercial for our store. If you want to grab something over there, have a great week. GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com. And by the way, it's still inconclusive if this dog is a Chinese plant or not. So he didn't answer all the questions on this